You're listening to Suburban Happy Hour with Anne-Marie
and Julia,
the podcast where we make delicious cocktails
or mocktails,
and talk about everything under the sun.
because the best conversations happen at happy hour. For today's episode, we are going to be drinking Shirley Temples, and our topic of discussion is going to be all about friendships. But before diving into our actual topic, we want to start a new segment where we kind of check in on each other and see if there's anything new and fun happening since our last episode.
Okay, so how are you doing?
I am well, except something crazy happened, and you were kind of driving while this was, long story short, there was this huge power outage.
Yeah, I heard.
In
I
our
missed the buzz.
in our town. And at first, when I got home, everything was on, and then everything turned off. So I obviously called Dylan, and I was freaking out because I don't know what to do. He goes, well, check the fuse box. I said, okay. And he goes, is everything on? I said, I think so, because it was dark in there. So I got my flashlight. All the things were on. So I said, okay, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So then whatever, I said, okay, maybe it's just our house that doesn't have any power. I'm not going to freak out about it. But then I called my mom, and she goes, I'm at the library working right now, and the whole library is off. We have a big-ass library in our town.
Crazy.
And I was kind of getting scared. I said, okay, let's not panic.
Then Julia calls me, and she's like, where are you right now? She's like, do you have power? Can you call your mom? Does your mom have power? And I called my mom, and she's like,
she also didn't have
no,
power.
I don't have power, which is so crazy. And then you started getting me scared. So
Yeah.
I checked, like, Facebook, because we have that everything our
Facebook,
place.
like, for the town that we live in.
Yeah, and everyone was like, my power's off, my power's off. Within, like even neighboring towns.
Right. And that's when
and
it
you
got
know,
a
I'm
little
no
concerning.
conspiracy theorist, but that was sketchy. Sketchy.
That was weird because a town called Barrington, which is about 15 to 20 minutes away from us, also didn't have power.
Yeah.
But okay, Dylan had power. He's in the city. So I said, okay, as long as the city has power, it's not that serious. Maybe it's just whatever, an outage. Obviously, it is an outage.
I know, but like, I was freaking out when you called me. I'm
too.
like, I've been seeing all these TikToks of like World War III.
Oh, really?
I'm scared.
But low-key in my head, I was kind of, maybe something exciting. No, whatever. Shortly after, literally 10 minutes after this whole ordeal, the power came back. And I was like, oh, okay, shoot. It's going to be,
You're like, oh, darn it. Nothing crazy.
But no, as I'm getting ready to record this episode, in my head, I started getting these thoughts.
Oh, gosh.
Now listen to this. And I was thinking, what if I read too many books and too many movies. I watch too many movies. I said, what if there was like a heist and they needed to turn off the grid? I bet you, what if there was something crazy going on within that
heist or something?
Right.
With, like,
within
money?
this 20, or even like something on the internet, or, you know, within that 20 minutes
a
they
cyber
needed.
attack?
Right. It probably was. And we
that's
will never know.
Yeah.
We will never know.
That is so funny. Remember when we were talking about in the car how like there are just some things that we will never know.
And that makes me so sad in a way. Because just to give you some background, we were just talking about how people work for the FBI, for the government, whatever. And they just they're so much more classified. Like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What is that called? It's a classification. Whatever it is. But either way, they have clearance. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Clearance to know all these things that we will never, ever in our lifetime know.
Yeah. I want to be them. There was actually a job, like when I was scrolling on LinkedIn. Remember when we were sitting in, I don't know, some coffee shop, and I was looking for jobs. I was like, hey, the FBI needs a teacher.
Yes.
I went to go fill out that application. You know, I'm never going to be in the FBI, but I just wanted to see what it was all about. Yeah, right.
What did they ask?
To, like, boot camp for like 19 weeks somewhere.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, you
to
had
be
to be
a
like
teacher.
Physically fit. I was like, couldn't be me.
Couldn't
be me.
Yeah. No, but it's really crazy. And I don't think I could ever actually live that kind of life. That's why it's not for everybody, obviously. Not everybody's applying to be a police.
Probably why
however
it's
you
been
get there.
Up for a while.
Right. But it's just crazy. And even we're talking about just like in Chicago itself. Chicago's one of the biggest cities in the world. Obviously, so much shit goes down in Chicago that we have no clue. And I'm just kind of getting scared talking about it because obviously they're not going to come for us because we don't know shit. But either way, too many movies.
Think they know too much.
Right. Even the idea that they think they know, like, no, we have no idea. But it's just absurd. So I'm pretty sure we were like hacked or something. Somebody got fucked when that that power outage just happened.
That's too sketchy. For it to be nothing.
Right.
Like,
and not the but that was big. It was just Schaumburg. It was just my house, my street, okay?
Yeah.
It was like a
Like,
whole
that would be
grid.
like, oh, a power line. But no, like,
Something happened.
half the town, or half, like,
Something went down. I'm like convinced. Anyways, on to the actual topic of this episode.
Yeah.
All about friendships.
Yes.
So, how would you say that our friendships have evolved from when we were younger to now, being in our mid-20s and still, keeping them going?
Yeah. So that is a really good question, and it's like really different from when we were younger to now. I feel like being in your 20s, everybody is so busy, and it's really hard to kind of keep those friendships alive. But as long as you're willing to put the effort in, I feel like you can definitely make it happen. Because when we were younger, it was so much easier. We would, go to school. We wouldn't have jobs. We really wouldn't have any worries. And it would just be a lot easier to get together, or we would just have more time on our hands. And the things that we were able to do when we were younger, I feel like your imagination is just so much more wild and vivid. And we just have fun doing like the stupidest things when we were younger. And now, like, you really have to plan a set
put
time
effort into, like, what are we gonna do if we don't want to do the same thing over and over? Just like either sit at someone's house or like go to a bar or something like that. Yeah,
because when we were younger, like, some crazy stuff we would do when we were together, like that car hide and seek, or
oh my god, that was the best.
I know, that was
wait,
so fun.
Let's tell about that. That is such a fun memory, even though looking back at it now, I'm like, that's so stupid.
The way we were going 80 miles per hour down a side street to play car tag. Like, first of all, how did we never get pulled over?
Right.
And luckily, we all were safe.
Because
many things could have happened.
So they need the background. And for the girls who have been with us, they know.
Yeah.
So basically what car hide and go seek would entail would be basically we get a bunch of condiments like ketchup, mustard, mayo.
You're thinking of different. Yeah. So the car, that was both.
That was also, another thing we would do. Okay.
But first, the car hide and seek was when you would you would have like 3 cars or something. Okay. One car would be parked somewhere random, and then the other 2 cars had to like try and find them. You could like ask like yes or no questions, or like
in the
group
chat or something.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, no, I remember.
And you would have to find them, but it'd be like the first person to find them. So we're all like flooring it down these side streets,
literally
to try and
going
find
55, 60 on a 20. So that's great.
But then what you were talking about was, I don't even know. This wasn't even like a game.
This was just something ignorant.
One night, it was like all of us girls and then like the group of guys we used to hang out with, and we had like 2 separate cars. And this is when we had like the ketchup, the mustard, peanut butter, whipped cream, silly string.
Yeah.
And you would just like try to destroy
drive
the other person's
and then
car.
Just throw stuff at their car.
Yeah,
it was
you'd be like hanging out the window with the ketchup bottle, like. What were we trying to accomplish there? But that was so much fun.
Dirty as possible. But yeah, that was fun. And exactly, it's stuff like that. We literally didn't have any responsibilities. We didn't care. And it was just given. In high school, what do you do besides hang out with your friends? Like, that is your job in a way. Obviously we had part-time jobs, but what were like 3 hours out of the day? That was just your main focus, is to spend as much time as possible with your friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, now as we've gotten older, it's just life kind of gets in the way.
And like, we have a notes that like talks about what times people can meet.
Yes.
Because it's so hard for all of us now to find that time that we actually have to like strategically plan out, like, this works for majority of us. And usually everybody can't make it. Like, it's amazing when everybody can, but more than likely there's always at least one person that like can't make it on a specific day.
But then how you were saying, it's just that effort of, making that calendar, making that group chat, contributing to it and pitching ideas and things like that. And our friend group does a really good job of, either planning, either a dinner once a month, or we just started that book club and things like that. And I think that's so important, because as you get older, you get so wrapped up into the reality of what is life. And life is not pretty.
What is life? That's a good question.
Like, life sucks sometimes. Yeah. And that's why you really need your friends to be there for you and, lift you up when you need it, and just obviously help you decompress and like relax. Yeah. I just can't imagine going through this, especially this phase in life, without friends.
I know.
So, but you obviously, it's a two-way street. You always have to put in that effort to make it work.
Yeah, I agree. The importance, especially now, with having friendships or somebody that you can kind of lean on or talk to, because like we have stated before, so many people are on so many different paths in their life right now, and sometimes that makes you feel sad or whatever. But no matter what emotion, it's always nice to be able to have an outlet to talk to or kind of let it out. Because like you said, if I didn't have friends right now, or like somebody that I really felt confident to talk to, I don't know what I would do.
Right.
Like,
It's
I'm
scary.
not sure.
Going off of what you were saying with, you know, how you need to have those friends to kind of help you through, it just always makes me so sad to think that even like in high school or whatever it is, or at this time in your life, that if you don't have friends, can you like imagine not having friends?
No.
And that just makes me, oh God, I just get anxiety because I'm a very extroverted person and I love being around people. And there's a lot of people who I feel have a lot of acquaintances in their lives, but not like real friends.
Yeah.
And that just makes me sad. I don't know. I don't know
Or
what I would
even
do.
friends that like they grew up with. I feel like whenever, even in college, like, or outside of college, like in my job, whenever I tell people that, like, pretty much all of my friend group is from when I was in first grade. Like, that's really like when we met and our friendships have built up. They're like, what? Like,
it's
how
a
are you
shock to
still
them.
friends with those people? And I mean, I really don't know. We've been through so much. Like, we've gone through parts where we haven't talked as much, or we've gotten to our fights or whatever. But I feel like we have just built such a strong foundation from the beginning that we've always, you know, found our way back to each other, gravitated back to each other. And again, that's not to say that friendships that happen later in life aren't as meaningful.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they are. You can meet your best friend at 25 or 30. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But I think that having those friendships that were from so long ago and just being able to see each other grow and
show like a kind of shows your character too, I feel like, because you're not going to want to keep somebody around for that long, you know. And I'm
if they're not serving you in that way,
and then that makes me kind of think of something, because everybody's so impressed always when I say like I've met you guys, you know, first grade or even seventh grade, junior high. How it's either, I feel like we either all met either in elementary school or junior high, either way, 10 plus years. So it kind of makes me feel, because I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about how it's also important to, you know, make friends during this time in your life. And I'm kind of not with that. I said, I have my group of girls and I'm content. And it's not that I can't make new friends, but everybody that I've met is, I feel, in my opinion, an acquaintance to me. And I just don't know if I could ever make like a true friend again. And that makes me kind of scared, because I'm like, holy shit, what if I had to move you know, to a different state? Could I actually make friends because I'm so comfortable with all you guys?
I just think that like right now I'm not even actively looking for new friends. Like,
same.
I think if I was, it would be a lot different. But again, I think it's just the fact that like I'm so comfortable. Like, you guys already know so much about me,
and having to deal with
I feel like meeting new friends is like dating, and that just like freaks me out. Like,
really,
I know they're not guys, like they could be guys, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the whole small talk and like somebody just trying to get to know me from the ground up, like I don't want to have to do that again with somebody, because you guys already know everything about me, and that might make us sound so bad, like closed off, but like we love meeting new people.
We do. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly right. I just don't want. I didn't think about it that way. Maybe that's why it is. Because, for example, I have like my part-time job where I serve, and a lot of those people are all friends and stuff. They have. This is so funny, because I like have all of you guys, and I know what it's like being part of a group, and with them in that sphere, they're all like a group, and I like can't get into that group. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But I just don't spend enough time there to be part of that. But I mean, I'm cool with all of them.
Yeah.
But I just sometimes think, I'm like, damn, can I like not make friends? Like, why aren't they inviting me to places? But I have to realize, Julia, they see each other every day.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's also, again,
group.
Going back to effort. Like, it's the effort you put in.
Right.
If you only talk to them when you're at work,
once
like
a month, basically. Yeah. So it's just so funny, because that made me kind of panic. I said, what, can I not make new friends? Is something wrong?
No,
but
I
no,
think you
I just don't spend enough time.
Yeah.
But either way,
it's
I'm
like a
happy,
mindset that you have to like switch into.
I just think at the end of the day, when something works so good as our circle of friends, it's just hard to, you know, include new into it. But that's also important. Like, we have to be always open to that. And I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I feel that. it's just being in your 20s is such a weird place, and
you're already feeling judged. You're judging
yeah,
yourself.
I
You don't
know.
want new people judging you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think where those podcasts are like coming from with, making new friends and stuff, it's for just the opportunities
Mhm.
to like broaden your
Yeah,
horizons,
which I
get new
think
point of
everyone
views.
needs to do. I feel like, again, with us being so tight knit, I just like I do feel like I need to reach out to other people or like do other
Mm-hmm.
things. Like I feel like I'm very comfortable doing things on my own and going places on my
I'm
own. So
not.
those are just like good opportunities to meet other people that are going through the same thing. Because although we are a tight knit group and we do have a really strong friendship, some of us aren't on the same paths or aren't in line with each other. And although we can still connect with each other, sometimes it's nice to kind
Have
of
somebody
talk with
that
somebody that
knows,
really
yeah.
knows what you're going
Yeah.
through or in that type of sense.
Right.
Again,
I
not that I'm
went
really missing that from you guys because some of us do have very similar lives and we are going through things that are very similar, but
for
I just
example, like
think,
with work.
yeah.
For me, I went out with dinner. I went out to dinner with three of my coworkers, and it was the best.
Hmm.
We were talking shit about our jobs because
Yeah.
we're all real estate agents, and
Hmm.
obviously, as much as you guys can say, "Oh, that sucks," blah blah blah,
Yeah, nobody
you
really
guys don't
knows.
get. But it was the best talking shit with them.
Hmm.
So sometimes you just need that. But at the end of the day, it's important to have those friends that you can always count on
Hmm.
that will have your back 100%.
Yeah.
That's just, I think, the main point I was trying to make.
Hmm.
Be open to new things, but it's nice when you have like your core.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. And that kind of leads into the idea of those friendship breakups. Like, if people in your life, in your core groups, or somebody that you're surrounded with is no longer serving you, or you're really not connected in that way, or they're just like constantly bringing you down, I think it's really important that you kind of take a step back and analyze that friendship and ask yourself, like, is this worth it anymore? Because sometimes people aren't meant to be in your life forever, and that's okay, and you have to break it off at a certain point, which can be so hard. I feel like friendship breakups are just so weird and so much
Yeah.
worse than like any other breakup that you could ever go through.
Yeah.
Because in my case, like I've had a couple like major friendship breakups that have just like fizzled out. And
Mm-hmm.
the one thing that I find just so weird is that you can be with somebody every single day
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, like sleep over at their house on school nights or just constantly talk, text all the time, whatever. And then like one day you like don't know that it's the last day you're going to talk to them
Yeah.
because the friendship just like served its purpose and it's no longer what you need in your life and you're just like on completely different paths and it just like is done. I think that's so weird.
And you just have no idea what they're going through, and
Yeah, and
just
like you
you
still
see them
cheer
on
them
social
on from
media and
afar
stuff,
and
but
like,
but
you
yeah, that
say like
is
happy
crazy.
birthday or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like you always congratulate them on like the good things that happen. But I just think it's so weird that you can know somebody for so long and like know all their secrets, know
Mm-hmm.
everything about their life and one day it's like you don't know that person anymore.
That's kind of like a normal breakup too. You
Yeah,
just
but I feel
breakups in
like a friendship
general.
breakup like hits so much harder for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've had like a major friendship. I definitely have had friendships that have fizzled out.
Mhm.
I've never ended a friendship like on a bad note, like I hate you, blah blah blah,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is good. But yeah, it's just some of the things are like your childhood friends that you literally grew up with, and then they're
Mhm.
kind of just like a. I have this one. Well, she's no longer my friend, but our parents were so close when we were younger, and I would literally spend all this time with her. She actually used to live in Hoffman, like you don't know her at all.
Mhm.
And basically, one day, I would go there every weekend, like literally every weekend. We had the same hobbies, the same interests.
Mhm.
Like we would horseback ride together, go swimming together, skiing, all this stuff. And one day, I was like, Mom, am I going over to Alice's house? She's like, No, like her mom isn't answering, blah, blah, blah. And the mom ghosted my mom.
Oh
And it
wow.
was, I think, maybe a couple years ago. So that happened when maybe I was like 12, 13.
Mhm.
And like a couple years ago, I brought up well, her name was Ala, but Alice, whatever, to my mom. I was like, have you ever heard from her mom? Like in these past like 7-8 years?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, no. So we started doing some digging. Yeah, I think what happened was, I'm not sure if this is like right, because I cannot find her on any social media. It is the strangest thing. Same thing with her parents, because they were very like, reserved.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she might have changed her gender.
Oh,
and
okay.
I just don't know if that was like something they just didn't want. They just like disconnected from everybody.
Oh.
But I think that's the case. And
Well,
then
that's
funny
sad.
enough, after I found that out like 2 years ago, I literally, because there was like a profile picture. There was like a profile, then obviously the name was now male.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a picture on social media, and I saw him working at Starbucks.
Oh my gosh.
But it was through the drive-thru, so it was very quick.
Yeah.
And he like handed me my drink, and I literally panicked. I called my mom right away. I think I just saw this person, and it was just the weirdest thing. So I don't know if that's what happened, but
that would be so sad.
yeah,
if, like,
to this day I don't know.
His parents disconnected from everyone because of that.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That makes me really sad.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what that reminds me of? Not like the topic of that, but of your childhood friends and you like don't see them anymore. The movie we just watched, Past Lives, the Oscar Best
Picture.
I
never finished it, but
yeah, but you like watched the first half.
I got the gist. Yeah,
that movie was so sad, but at the beginning they were always together, and then one day she moved away. She went to America, and then it was like they were done. They were not
done.
friends anymore, and they didn't talk for 12 years. And then she like looked him up on social media, and then they like reconnected. But I just think that's so crazy.
It really
that like
is.
Friendships really just like come and go throughout your life, and these people, and it's just crazy that I don't know. They're either like here for a lifetime or just for a little part.
Can you imagine us not being friends? I'm gonna be sad. Stop. That's just like crazy. But I feel at this point in our lives, we're fully in control of that, because oftentimes when you're children, you don't have control over, for example, like in that movie, or for example with me. And yeah. So I don't know.
I know. That's just so weird to me.
But yeah, that is. It's everything about that person, and all of a sudden they're just a memory. They're just a memory at that point.
That's so sad. Yeah. Which I get it. Like people have to. It's just like change. Like people have to come in and out of your life. It's inevitable that you can't carry every single person you meet with you along the way. But it's just sad when you have like those core people that just like didn't make it. And again, not saying that it's ever a bad thing, because you learn so much from those people that come in and out of your life. So it's always, again, in the long run, to make you a better person or for you to learn a lesson. It's just so weird, because you have so many of these incredible memories with somebody that you don't even know like what their favorite food is now.
Right. And that's just life, I guess. It's just part of the circle.
There's a beauty in it, but it's also just like
But because imagine having to carry everybody you've ever met. That's just a lot.
Yeah.
So people have to come and go, I guess. So to end off this episode, I thought it'd be fun to share a story that me and you have gone through together.
Okay.
So the one that like pops into my head right away, and we always crack up with this. You guys aren't going to think it's as funny, but I'm still going to share it, is the one in high school when we were on the field.
Oh my God.
Okay. So long story short, it was, I think we were either just graduated or about to graduate high school.
Yeah, I don't know which one.
So a couple of me and Amory and a couple of our guy friends snuck onto the field, and we brought
our football field.
Our football field, yes. And we brought like our little cans of whatever alcohol we were drinking, and we're just like reminiscing about high school, like what's next. As I'm going to community college 10 minutes down the street.
Oh my God, stop.
Not to downplay my college. It was great. But, we were all, I'm pretty sure we all were staying in state. Like, come on, we were going to be home every other weekend, type of thing. And so we're talking. All of a sudden, you hear voices. Hey, what are you doing? It's fucking the janitors. And they're sprinting, hauling ass. So, of course, the guys see this. We have alcohol. We're underaged, whatever. They get up. They fucking bolt down.
Literally leave us in the dust.
Me and Amory Amory's in flip-flops, first of all. I'm in whatever. We start running as fast as we can.
The only way out is to
over
climb a huge fence.
Yeah, we climb the fence to get in. We have to climb the fence to get out.
The best part happens before that.
So we are sitting in the middle of the fucking football field. I don't know whose bright idea that was, whatever. So Emery, shoot up, start running. Emery has flip-flops on. She eats it. As soon as we get on the turf,
full blown
on the track. I'm sorry, on the track.
Yeah, flips over like my flip flop, and
her
I
little
plant.
The thong of the flip flop was flipped off,
and I'm scraped up from my ankles to my knee.
It's gushing blood,
and the janitors obviously catch up to us.
One runs past us.
One of us runs past, but the other one like was gonna come like for me and Julia, and he saw me faceplant, literally eat shit, and he goes, "Hey, she just ate shit back here." He starts laughing. He's like,
go.
You can just go. Like, you can just go. I'm not going to do anything.
The pity he had.
I was like, you know what? Thank goodness I fell, because I didn't want to get in trouble. But he's like, just go. I'm like, so
we walk our asses to
I'm
the
literally
fence.
limping to the fence, blood all down my leg.
So bad.
Julia, I don't even know how I got back
up. I had to like boost you over the fence. Then I climbed up, whatever.
And we were like, where are the guys? They drove
us. They were gone. They drove away. We come up to the curb, we're walking. They freaking whip in front of us, like, get in.
We're like, it's okay. They let us go.
That was the best. That's like, that was such a good memory. Because just go.
He's like, you can just go. You can just, you're good. No, the best part was he literally yelled to his friend that was running after the guys, yo, she just ate shit back here. I'm like, as if I'm not already embarrassed enough. You just have to announce it.
Literally.
Like, whatever.
Oh my god.
No, that was so funny.
That was like, that's always gonna be like a good memory to look back on, for sure. And yeah, just in general, our like with our whole friend group, we just have the best memories. And I think that's just, I'm just so grateful for you guys, because like we said at the beginning, if you have like that good group of people that will always have your back, cherish them, put in that effort. Oh wait, we didn't even touch on the fact that, we have some friends that are out of state.
Oh yeah.
And we need, especially with friendships like that, you need to make the effort, or even like texting them like once every couple of weeks, getting on a FaceTime, something like that. Because if these people are always going to have your back, and when times are rough, you can count on them. Just
you need to keep them around, and you need to make sure that they know how much you truly value the friendship, even if you can't communicate every day or every week. Like, times are hard, especially when you're in your 20s. There's so much going on, but if you have those key people, you need to hold on to them, and you need to let them know that you value them, you value their friendship, you value their time. And as hard as it can be, you just have to do it, because you don't want to end up losing a really good thing because you don't have that effort, or you forget sometimes. I know I'm a terrible texter, and I always forget to reach out to people, but it's always like on my
whenever
mind.
you think of somebody, just text them.
I know. And you know what? Like, people need to do that more. I feel like everybody feels weird sometimes, but if you're thinking about someone, whether it's somebody that you have talked to yesterday or somebody you haven't talked to in months, like, if you're thinking about them, you need to reach out to them, let them know that you're still here for them,
thinking about you, like, just want to check in, how's everything.
Like, that feels so good,
right? It's so easy, but I just think we just get lost in
our own stuff, and
yeah.
And you can't lose those people, because sometimes they know you better than anyone, which is also crazy. Your friends are your chosen family.
Right.
That's you get to choose them, and you have to make sure that you're nurturing those relationships, because it doesn't get better than that, I don't think.
Oh, wait, I want to close this out with a quote that I read. I have a little planner that has a bunch of cute quotes, and I think I shared this with you and Kibby the other day, but it was like, life is meant for great friends and grand adventures. I was like, that is so true.
It is.
Like, great friends and to have grand adventures with your great friends. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Yeah, friendships are so important, and I hope, you guys all have somebody that you can, count on. And laugh with, and do stupid
And if not,
with.
come laugh with us. You can always count on us.
Yes. I hope we didn't come off as, so close. We love new people. It's just, the whole point is, friendship.
Yes, and we're going to be better about that.
You know what? That should be a goal of mine. Make one new genuine friend this year.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll
now,
do it.
where I'm going to find him?
And, you know, we have to go out to do that. Not out, like, partying. But we need to, like, actually leave the comfort of our own homes and go out and do things.
Yes. So
or join a league. You know, if you're looking to find friends, find a new hobby. Join something that you haven't done before.
Do this. We actually have to do it.
I know. And we will. We're going to.
It's just January. We still got
We're doing it.
Okay. Cool. Without further ado, cheers. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.